some new faces from the last event, and we have a lot of empty seats, but sometimes real estate agents should be a little late, but we have so much to cover that I don't want to wait any longer. So Chelsea is in the back there from DR Horton, and she is going to do late check-ins for us. So we're going to get started. I want to welcome everyone. If you haven't met me, my name is Tara Santos, and I work for Rockford Homes. And I want to introduce Ryan Miracle with Ruoff Mortgage. A lot of you already know him, but if you do not, he is our big guest speaker today. Big round of applause for Ryan. So we have tons to cover. Are we doing our housekeeping slide? All right. This is a very interactive hands-on training. So we have a bunch of slides. I actually think we have too much information to be able to share in 2 hours. But at any time you guys have something to ask, please raise your hand. In just a second, we're going to get to a slide where I'm going to have you all, so if you want to take out your phones, if you want to silence them, that's good. But I'm going to have you text a certain number, and that will put you all into like a chat. So if you're too shy to raise your hand, or we're busy in something, but you have a question, you can type it on your cell phone and just put it in the chat. I'm going to be monitoring the chat the whole time. So that's really cool. Ryan, what do you want to add for housekeeping?
I'm just going to burn through some slides here real quick. So one of the things that I learned was a psychological trick that's going to help you guys remember more of what you're doing. So how many of you guys have both feet on the floor right now? Good. So if you could, the people that don't have both feet on the floor, put them on the floor, point them forward. I promise you it will help you remember more of the presentation. I don't know why it works, but your brain is weird, mine's weird, but I promise you that it does work. Uh-oh.
I didn't touch it. I just moved them.
Don't touch it.
Right from here. So, does anyone have any problems with swearing, cursing?
Hell no.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is not the place to be if that's you. The other thing is there's going to be a little bit of swearing, and you will be on camera. So I would hope that if you come to some video event, that you're going to be on video eventually. So one of our goals for today was not just to have you guys come in here, passively receive information, and then go on and implement nothing. How many of you guys have done that before? Yeah? Okay, so one of the things we're going to do is we're going to wake the hell up. So what I need you guys to do is, when we ask a question, that's the other thing. This is not a lecture, this is participation. There's no trophies, but there's going to be participation. So when we ask a question, we expect an answer. Are you guys ready to go today?
Yeah.
Yes.
One more time, are you guys ready to go today?
Yes.
All right, good. So how many of you guys have gone to a class before and not done anything with the information? I'm very good. Yeah.
Not today, though.
Not today. So we are going to make you uncomfortable. We're going to push you out of your comfort zone, and you have us as resources if anything comes up to get stuck with something. Cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
We want a lot of feedback. So, like, you can put your thumbs up, you can give me an amen, whatever you want to do. Is this one? Can you guys get
Yeah, if you want to grab her, I know where she went.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay, so
We're going to get to the next slide.
yeah, so that should
All right, that's me. All right, so we need that to go up there. Can you try to figure out what's going on? All right, let's go back to the, can I have the clicker? Just, it wouldn't be a video.
just like I got here 2 hours later.
Okay, yeah, good thing. I'm going to give you guys all the number. Let's pull out your cell phone right now. And I'm going to have you text this number. Oh, there it is. Woo! Yes. All right, so you see it, 614-382-4644. Text your first and last name to that number. That is the chat. And
Go ahead.
if you also, after you do that, that's the most important thing because that's live and now, and I'm going to be monitoring that for your questions. Then, if you guys want to take a picture and go into that QR code and join the mastermind if you're not already part of that. We're going to be uploading stuff into the mastermind. We're keeping the group going, everybody that's been part of one of our events, and we share information there, and it is private. So go and join that on Facebook. That would be awesome. Everybody, give me a thumbs up if you texted your first and last name in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Those are awesome, awesome, awesome. And then do the Facebook. All right. Did everyone get the Facebook? So I'm gonna go to the next slide. You got it? Everybody? Yeah? Okay. All right, so now I want to invite up because, again, my name is Tara Sanchez. I work for Rockford Homes, but I also started a group called the Builder Collective, so that's who's sponsoring this event. We did one in June, and it was really great. And what the Builder Collective is it was kind of my brainchild where I've been selling new homes for 23 years, and I know a lot of the builder reps, and I used to work at another builder, and it's a small community actually, and I thought, well, I want to reach out to some of my friends and collaborate and find out a way that we could offer value to you guys, kind of teach you more about new construction, how that could add to your business. So we started the Builder Collective. I want to invite up all my builder reps because they are here today. So if you are an agent, so everybody come up. You guys didn't know I was going to do this? Actually, I told you. You guys that want to come up, I want you guys to introduce yourself. So we have reps from MI, Pulte, DR, Fisher, Rockford, obviously. Who else am I missing? Epcon. And I want them to just go down, introduce themselves. I want you guys, if you don't already know them, I want you to know who they are. And if you have any questions, we have a website, thebuildercollective.com or buildercollective.com. We have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook page. So anyways, you are going to have all of their information, but I want them to introduce themselves personally, so you can mingle with them after all.
Drew Murphy, Pulte Homes. Think new, think Drew.
I'm supposed to follow that, right? It's not that exciting.
Take one step forward because you're in the light. Okay, there you are.
My name is Chelsea Baker. I work for DR.
Erin Edwards, also with Rockford Homes.
Good morning, I'm Molly Rutherford with Pulte Homes as well.
Hi, I'm Joy Atkins. This is my 20th year in the business with 17 within my homes.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm here with Fisher Homes.
Hi, I'm Debbie Johnson with Epcon Communities, and I got one on You Think Little Debbie Snack Cakes.
Oh, shoot.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I'm with Miranda Homes. We have 12 different communities all over Central Ohio, and I can cross-sell into all of them. New builds starting at $279.
Awesome. Everyone stay there for 1 second because I just want to say that this is like the A-team of builder reps. As like they didn't all go over it, but they have so much experience. We're talking like decades of experience up here. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in sales volume, and they are like so knowledgeable. So if you have any questions, this is a great group of people to ask, to create relationships with. Not all the builders can cross-sell, but some can, so you can have one rep for the builder. You don't have to have multiple other builders that can. They're so cool, like they'll refer you to somebody. So again, this is literally the A-team. I'm so happy to be collaborating with them, and I just wanted to, you guys help meet them. So big round of applause for the builder rep. I keep getting too close to that speaker. All right, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of a kumbaya session here for a second. So if you guys know me, if you've been through the Agent Launch Challenge, one of the questions that I ask like day one, week one is, why are you here? So does anyone want to be the brave soul who volunteers first and tell us why you showed up today? Go ahead.
My name is Ahmed Abdul. I'm actually with 7021 Capital Gold. Why am I here? To get to meet everybody that's in here, to network with the builder reps, and really to anything that I can pick up today to make my build, or to build my business and make it a lot better than what it is already.
Roger that. Thank you. Drew?
Just continue to learn, you know.
Okay.
Tara mentioned the experience in the room, but you can always learn. This is a business that's always progressing, and it's important to stay in tune with the change of the industry. So I'm here to kind of learn and network, but also try and figure out a little bit more about video.
Thank you. Anyone else want to volunteer?
I'll say something.
Yeah, please.
It's I'm Denny Gray with Next Home Experience.
Hi, Denny.
Hello. Today's my 60th birthday, so I'm I'm over 30, it's okay. So, I'm a rookie at 60.
Okay.
With a lot of experience, right, in my previous lives. So I wanted to use this to leverage, something was said to me a long time ago, when I first decided to say recently, about going deep, not wide.
Yes.
So that's really my focus as to how do I do that, because I'm used to being wide, with multiple things in my plate. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to learning and continue to learn, even at 6 years of age, there's stuff to learn, stuff to develop with, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you guys don't know Denny is new to the industry, but new to being an agent. And one of the things that I love about Denny is homeboy just jumped in feet first with video, and he is running at a brick wall, and he's gonna figure it out while he's building the plane. So I applaud you for that. Instead of it being perfect, you're launching and figuring out as you go. So that's what I recommend. So really, one of the things that I wanted to touch on is, how many of you guys, your business is exactly where it was before COVID? Is it worse? Is it harder? Is it easier? So for a lot of us in the industry, it's harder. So it's not that it's impossible, it's just harder. So one of the things that's changed inside of the industry is your conversion numbers. So you used to only need like 3 leads to get a contract. Now you might need 20. So one of the things that I found, once again, we'll touch on this during my section, but one of the things that I found is video gives you leverage. So I have one 30-day section in my Facebook account that I reached 750,000 people. And it took me like 2 hours to put that content together for that 30 days. How long would it take you to cold call 750,000 people? How long would it take you? How expensive would it be for postcards to 750,000 people, right? And what you're using with video is leverage. So you are leveraging a little bit of your time and giving the platforms what they want, and then they're going to promote you for free. So yes, it takes your time. You might have to hire a videographer or an editor, but the amount of ROI you have for time spent to output is unmeasurable. So I know, Brad, you came in from a different market, brand new, and then Brad has probably one of the #1 YouTube channels in Columbus, and that's his main driver for revenue. And I know you spend a lot of time and focus at your baby, but that's just one example. You can come into a fresh market and crush it. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on that, but so I'm not going to ask for a response on this one, but think about when you first got into the industry. You had this pie in the sky vision of who you wanted to be, right? How many of you, show of hands, are living that vision right now to a T? How many of you have fallen short of who you wanted to be when you started? And I have. It may look different, but you're not who you wanted to be when you started. And that's really, we get so caught up in the day-to-day, the metrics, I gotta call this many people, get this much outcome, but we really lose ourselves along the way because we're feeding the beast, and it's supposed to be taking care of us, not the other way around. So have you ever thought that if more people knew who I was, I would have a line of people out of my door? Show of hands. Yes. Yes. Why don't they? Why don't you have that right now? How many have customers waiting in line for them? For them, not you. No. So that means that not enough people know who you are. And this goes back to that leverage piece. So knowing that dump in X input, you're going to get X output. So by creating videos for your ideal client, you're going to have a line of people willing to wait for you. Do you guys still have people asking for your commission? Firing you for a lesser agent? Just imagine if that didn't happen anymore. If people were legitimately willing to wait in line to do business with you, I'm sorry, I can't take any more clients this month, you're gonna have to wait until next month. How many of you guys want that? Let me hear you say yes. Yes. Do it again, come on.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. All right, so what qualifies me to teach you this and Tara this is, I was you. So how many of you guys know who I am? Okay. How many of you guys have known who I am here recently? So I've been in business for 18 years. And for 16 of those years, I was just like every other loan officer. What made me different? What made me special? But by learning and leveraging video, it's a skill set that I can pick up and take wherever I want. And now we have filled this room just because I'm doing video. We sold out the event, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But some people are early risers.
So that's what I want to kind of impress upon you is if you are not doing video or not doing enough video, you need to start now because there is a calling of the real estate industry that is happening right now. And if you want to be here when it gets easier again, and it will get easier again, you need to make sure that more people know who you are. So our goal for this session is for you to leave here with less standing in your way. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to leave here a little video machine, but you're going to be closer to who you need to be at the end. So disclaimer, so you're not going to know, you will know the how and the what, but you're still going to need to do the work. I can't do the work for you. My daughter wants me to do her homework for her so she can play on her iPad. Can't happen that way. Same thing, I can give you the information, I can help you, but I can't actually help make you do the recording. So it's going to take practice to get good at video. You would not gain thousands of followers overnight, and we are not experts by any means. So anything we talk about, we're still students. We are still learning. So if you have a better way of doing something than what we're suggesting, raise your hand. It would benefit the group, help the class. Okay, so we are not experts. We're just a couple chapters ahead of you.
I'm probably not even. Oh, so those are.
I think this is you.
Yeah, it's me. But I think that I already talked about that, so we'll skip.
It's okay, you walked by the speaker and it didn't do that. All right.
Here we go. All right, so like Ryan said, we're going to talk about the digital marketing mindset because we all need to be doing it. And I am super uncomfortable with video. In fact, like I said, I'm probably not even a couple chapters ahead of you. I did kind of like a private training with Ryan because I hate it and I know I need to be doing it, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna learn this skill. So I really applaud all of you for showing up today because I know we all have other things to do. We're all super busy. My builder reps, they all want to learn this too. Like I wanted to learn it, and that's why I wanted Ryan to come in here and teach this. So who here feels comfortable doing video? Raise your hand if you're just like, I am not. I've seen your videos. You're good. You've been doing it. That's why. So you got a couple hands in here that are like, no, I'm comfortable. I'm good. So maybe you just want to learn some of the tech or the other skills, and that's awesome. You guys are amazing, and that's who, honestly, I'm watching your stuff on social media, and the more you do it, the better you get, and you guys are doing great. A lot of us are not comfortable doing video, and you might be the rest of the room. And you've probably had some of these thoughts, which are, you know, who do I think I am? Like, why should I even be doing video? This feels weird, like maybe you don't think you're an expert. What will people think of me? I know a lot of people worry about that, whether it's just kind of your reputation or women, like we see ourselves on video and it's a mirror image of what we're used to seeing and we're like, oh my God, is that what I really look like? And you're like, how? It's like the front facing camera when you actually turn on your phone, you're like, oh lordy. You kind of hope people aren't gonna like hate whatever you're putting out. You don't know what to talk about. You don't know the content that you should be making. It's like very overwhelming. You don't wanna look stupid. And you have no idea how to edit them or shoot them for that matter. So there is a lot that can be in our way, and we only need like one of those to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that today. We'll start tomorrow. So honestly, like that's normal. If you're thinking one, any, or all of those things, it's fine. But there's a reason why we need to be doing them. Because as Ryan said, you can be reaching one-to-many. You know, I sit in a model home, so I know all about one-to-one selling. I literally do it all day, and that's what you guys do as well. But video is gonna allow you to market one-to-many. So it's gonna allow you to establish authority, and like people are gonna get to know you. Think about your own social media. There's pages that you follow right now, whether it's home decorating, finance, whatever it is. And I know that Brad, you probably can't see me around the post. I know, I'm standing by the podium so I can read my slides, but I'll come over here and do it. All right. There are pages that we follow that we love the people and we connect with them and we sort of feel like we know them personally because we watch their videos, and that's what it will do for your dream client if you start making videos. So I've just started recently kind of putting myself out there and it feels super weird, but already like I am getting feedback or people have like, hey, I saw this, or hey, I did your webinar, or hey, I did this. So it literally creates a relationship with people you have never met, and that is gonna be one of the first steps in getting them to be clients of yours. okay?
So your slides are a little bit beefy as far as file size, so they might be a little slow.
Okay. Okay, so I kind of like we already talked about, marketing is the single most important part of your business. So this is just a marketing stat, which I find to be amazing, okay? And I want to read over here because I don't want to be in everyone's way. But the average person consumes more data in one day than a person in the 15th century did in their whole lifetime. So we see a lot of stuff. And I kind of talked about this on my podcast recently, which Ryan was on. We can see a post and literally forget about it 1 hour later. The next day for sure. So you could literally take one post and post it the next day, the same post, and people won't even know that it's the same post because they forgot about it. Or they just thought, oh, I saw that yesterday, and they scroll. We see so much content that you can never be posting too much. Okay, so I want to get that out of the way right there. 90% of the data in the world today was created in the last 2 years. That literally blows my mind. There's so much content being created that just think about that, 90% only in the last 2 years, and it's just gonna get more and more and more and more. So again, we need to be out there, we need to be creating content, and it can never be too much. Consumers nowadays need to have about 30 touch points before they convert. So a touch point doesn't have to be a call, it can be a video, it could be an email, it could be a phone call, it could be multiple videos, but they need 30 touch points before they either feel like they like, know, trust you, or before they want to buy something. That's why when you go and you look at that handbag ladies on Nordstrom and then you didn't put it in your shopping cart, but then you leave Nordstrom's site and it follows you all over the internet, that's called retargeting, because they know that they need to have at least 30 touch points. Or you'll see some pair of shoes that you didn't even think you liked, but then kept showing up enough, you're like, I kind of do like those shoes, I'm gonna buy those shoes. I mean, the marketers know they need a lot of touch points, and that's something that we need to know as well. Now with video, you only have 3 seconds to capture the customer's attention online, which is why you see the people that are really good, they have like a good hook right out the gate, right? Like you've got to get people's attention because we're all just scrolling, and we'll see something that looks boring, we just keep scrolling. You've got to capture their attention, and you have about 3 seconds to do it. So Ryan's going to teach you some tricks with that. Ad costs have increased 3x in the last 3x in the last 10 years. So where you used to be able to run ads, if any of you do run ads, it was a lot less expensive. I've had another business that I own, a wedding chapel, for about 13 years, and I used to run about $600 a month in Google Ads when I first opened, and now that has like tripled just to get the same return. So ad costs have gone up. So we can use social media and get free advertising. That's what we need to be focused on. That's why we're here doing video, because it makes sense with all of that it's on the screen, that we would want to use media that captures attention the fastest, connects the most emotionally, and converts the best to grow your video or grow your business, and that's going to be video. It's better than a post, it's better than a text, it's better than a photo. Video is what's really going to do all 3 of those things for us, and that's why we need to learn it. All right, so these are just some other marketing stats. Money follows attention, so we need to get lots of attention. The best marketers in the world know that, and that's why they're out there, and we see them everywhere, and they make tons of money, because money is going to go where there's lots of attention. Best known always beats best. McDonald's does not make the best hamburger, but everybody knows McDonald's, so everybody stops there. They sell more hamburgers than anybody else in the whole world, even though it's definitely not the best hamburger. So you don't have to be the best. If people know, the more people know you, you're going to get more business, and that's the bottom line with marketing. Assume nobody sees it. We've kind of already talked about that. You can never post too much content. So I don't care if you post 7 times a day, it's never going to be too much. And Ryan and I have talked about this, you hope to get unsubscribed. When people start unsubscribing to you, then you know you're making enough content. If you're not getting unsubscribed, you're not making enough content. Any successful video, you should rinse and repeat. If you got a lot of views, if you got a lot of follows, if you got a lot of people in your Facebook group, you need to show that ad again. Who cares if somebody already saw it? There's thousands, there's millions of people that did not see it. So if you do something that's really good, and you're like, oh, I don't repost that, everyone saw it. No, they didn't. Repost that video, because that means it was a good one. Whatever it was, the algorithm liked it. Speed is senior to quality, and this is so hard for everyone. It's so hard for me. We need to implement right away, people. I'm a perfectionist. We all want to try to do things when they're perfect. We don't care about perfect. Speed is senior to quality. The fastest to the market, the fastest you can start doing something, the fastest that you can implement, that's way better than waiting until something is perfect. Do not wait. You will get better as you go. Just put out a janky video. Trust me, like that's the way to do it. You're gonna get the reps in, you're gonna get better, and you need to be getting the content out of there. So don't keep putting it off, and I am someone that so likes to put things off, but I've stopped that this year. I'm like, nope, we're doing it. Marketing is senior to sales. We're all salespeople, but guess what? We're really not, we're marketers. So I talk about this a lot even before I really started like having a hankering for marketing with my other businesses. You might think that you're in the wedding business, you might think that you're a cake baker, but you're literally not. You're a marketer, because if nobody knows about your business, whatever that is, if it's real estate, if it's weddings, if it's cakes, if it's photography, you don't have a business. So you have to become a marketer before anything else. The other thing is almost like a hobby that you're trying to make money off of. So marketing is senior to sales. So even though we think we're salespeople, we are actually marketing people, and that's what we need to be putting a lot of effort into, just as much as our sales, okay? Just as much education on learning real estate, what the market's doing, we have to be putting into learning marketing and how to get attention. Frequency comes before greatness. So kind of like we talked about, we can't put it off. We just got to start making videos, bad videos, until they're better. So everything that we start, we're babies learning to crawl, and we're going to get better and better. No one cares how you look. Trust me, no one cares. And women, I know, we all think everyone cares. And I hate that too. Just think about all the actors that you like, the comedians. They have weird faces. They're not classically beautiful. We don't care. I look at anybody else's video, I'm not like dissecting what they look like. It doesn't even it doesn't even register with me. People's faces, actually, the more you see them, become more beautiful. That's another reason for frequency. That's why every child thinks their mother is beautiful, even if she's not like a supermodel, because the more we see something, the more beautiful it becomes. It becomes normal, it becomes frequent, and we're like, oh my gosh. So some of the most handsome actors, if you really like look at them, their teeth aren't exactly straight, their nose might be crooked, but we've seen them our whole lives growing up, and we're like, oh, that's a handsome guy, or that's a beautiful lady. But honestly, frequency will make you more beautiful, and no one cares how you look like anyways. Plus, we walk around every day without a bag on our face. It's not like I can go to Target with a bag on my face, so why am I so worried about making a video? It's the same face, so we can't hide it in our daily life, so we should just put it out there.
So Brad, is that what you did to me? I mean, because man.
Be omnipresent. What does that mean? You need to be everywhere, because we need 30 touch points. And you can use video everywhere, and it really connects more with people. I taught this in one of the little mastermind calls that we did, but I send video text messages now, which seems so cringy, right? But they totally work. Like if you don't get a response from a client, but you send them a video text, people find that a lot harder to ignore. You're just like, hey, how you doing? You know, Jessica, this is Tara, Rob, whatever it is. People respond to that way more than just following up email. Even in your emails, you can embed a video, okay? So you can use little video messages everywhere. Again, people are connecting, they're getting to know you more personally and emotionally. They see your face over and over, it's another touch point, and they know you took an extra step. They find it a lot more difficult to ignore those. So I would totally start putting video in every bit of your touch points that you possibly can. All right. These are just some of the things that you can talk about in video. So when we were talking about earlier, like what content do I make? You can actually use video to sell for you, to educate for you. You can make videos to handle objections that you commonly hear, to warm up potential prospects, to follow up with people, like I just said, for lead generation, to increase engagement, to promote offers, events, products, and services. So literally, it's not just about like posting a showing or an open house. Like honestly, that's boring. And if your real estate page or your social media page is only that kind of stuff, the only people that are ever going to follow you are the people that are in the market at that current time, which is a very short window, right? People are like in the market and then they're out. So if you're not posting any other content covering some of these other things, that's kind of the sales content. I might have the next slide. We'll show some of the other things. People are going to hop off your page. They're going to unfollow you as soon as they're out of the market. So if you're in real estate, don't just post open houses. Don't just post home tours. Don't just post, oh, look at this client that just bought a house. That's great, that's self-promoting and that there is a place for that, but post decorating tips, post the cool wreath for Halloween, it's fall, it's festive, post recipes, post other things because that'll keep people on your page even when they're not in the market because there's value to them. Let's just think about the pages you like to follow and model some of that content. So like we all follow a decorating page, we all follow I know the guys, I know it's probably a little bit different, but think about how you can incorporate other types of valuable content for people so they're not just hopping off your page when they're not in the market. Also, when you're making videos, telling a story makes information more memorable. You're 22 times more likely to remember a fact when it's in a story. We're gonna give you a ton of information today. You're not gonna remember most of it. I think it's like 8%. 5%, there it is. From the stage, 5% of audience recall stats and 63% remember a story. So we have to really get good at storytelling and our content. And honestly, just think about when you hear a story. You'll remember key points from a story, but when we're up here you're taking pictures of this because you're not actually gonna remember this because I'm not telling it in a story. To convey us feeling strong enough to inspire action, that's something else that stories do. So again, we're trying to connect emotionally, and so we need to think about how we're passing along that content. Stories and video marketing can also help consumers understand why they should care. A lot of times people don't even know what problems they have. Like you can really, and you'll notice ads like, do you have an achy back? And people are like, you know what, I do have an achy back. Like you can actually remind people of what problems they have. Is your roof leaking? Is your furnace, like whatever it is, like if it's about real estate, people don't even know how the problems they have. And if you can speak to them like, oh my God, she knows me. I do have that problem. And then you can tell them how to solve the problem, their minds are blown. They think you're an expert, they will definitely remember it, save your posts, save your content. So identify problems that they could have. Humanize your brand and business. Again, if we're telling a story, they get to know you, and then you become more human and you're just not a person or a real estate agent on social media. And then use relevant personal stories that people can connect with. Honestly, I didn't even know that I was really good at this, but that's one of the secrets to my success in the model. I tell a lot of stories. And clients are just like, oh my God, Tara, thank you. That makes perfect sense. I am always just telling a story, and I never even realized why it was working until I did some training on it, but why it was working, why they were connecting, why they trusted then the story. It's kind of like when someone gives you a review. Normally when someone gives you a review, there's a story attached to it. Oh my God, I did go to that restaurant. I had this, this, and this. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see that. Or I'm gonna go eat there. If it's a movie review, we saw that and there was this part. And then you trust them and you trust the information and they've connected and they're much more likely to take the information. So again, personal stories, they'll really connect with you. Next slide. Ryan will be troubleshooting. Still not there. I'll come over here and read. I just want you guys to be able to see it. Okay, content. Checklist, which we already talked about some of this stuff. Quantity over quality. These are all things I would screenshot. We are going to give you guys the slides though. So at the end, we're going to show you how you're going to get the recording of this training and the slides. But sometimes I like to screenshot stuff because I like to have 10,000 screenshots on my phone. So consistency and frequency are important when we're making content. Assume nobody sees it. Shoot it once and post it. Girls, don't spend 4 hours editing your video. Nobody cares. Just post it. Know your platform, know your audience, know your outcome, post something shareable, and always send them somewhere or have a CTA, and I don't care what that is. I already did it to you a couple times. Hey, text me. Hey, go visit the Facebook group. Like I've already asked you, given you calls to action several times just in the beginning of this training. So always be doing that. And I don't care what the call to action is, but send them somewhere. And somewhere ideally where they're gonna get more valuable content. Okay, here's some content ideas, only because I really struggle with this and I know a lot of people do. Numbered lists, how-tos, and the gap method. I'm gonna teach you these real quick before Ryan gets into some of the nitty-gritty stuff. Gap. You wanna get attention, you wanna ask about a problem you know they have, and you wanna promise to solve it with an offer. Again, hey, you got an achy back? Actually, I think I'm gonna show you a couple examples right now. My next slide. examples of the GAP method. Secret listings. Get your attention on secret listings, especially because we have low inventory. Discover your dream home with our innovative AI-powered real estate platform. Click the link below and find your perfect property. Unveiling premium investment opportunities for all my investors. Our real estate platform will unlock lucrative investment properties. Click below and secure your financial future today. Transforming your dreams into reality. Get the right mortgage for your home. Our expert lending service makes homeownership achievable. Take the first step. Call. So in each one, like, I'm getting their attention. I'm giving them something that they want, and I'm telling them how I'm going to fulfill it, and I'm giving a call to action. You need to have that in all your marketing. Whether it's a video, and then in the comments, then you reiterate what you said in the video. Every single post, every single email, every single touch point, you need to have those things in there. I don't know why it's not. You might need to manually be over there clicking. Okay, so I just want you guys to take 2 seconds, or not 2 seconds, 2 minutes. This is, like I said, we're not just lecturing, and this is interactive. So you guys all have a pencil and you all have paper, and I want you to write 2 scripts, 2 little headlines like that using the GAP method. So again, you're going to identify a problem or give them something, and then you're going to tell them how you're going to solve it, and you're going to do a CTA, because I need you guys to get some reps in. It's like lifting weights. You got to do it over and over and over if you want that muscle to get strong. So right now I want you to write 2 examples of a headline like that you would put in a post that relates to your business. And then I want you to go share one of them in the Facebook Mastermind, because we're going to be giving away prizes.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
so how many of you guys know what you want to talk about?
He's going to teach you.
Okay, so real quick, easy way, and we're going to talk about this in my section, go a little bit deeper, but to help you guys with this activity now. So what are the 2 different sides of real estate? There's the buy side and then the, okay, so there's only 2 sides. All right, so which one do you guys want to pick on, buy side or sell side? Buy side, okay. So what's a subtopic of buying?
This is.
Come on, really?
What's the subtopic?
What's a subtopic
of buying?
First time home buyer, what's a subtopic of that?
How about how you put money down?
There you go, okay.
No money down.
So that's the topic. So you take buy side or sell side, subtopic, and then you take another subtopic. And then what's the subtopic of that?
Different financing options.
Subtopic, so no money down. So you guys get the flow here, right? So you should never run out of content ideas when it comes to real estate. So take your main 1 or 2, buy, sell, subtopic, and then subtopic and subtopic. So you should never run out of content ideas. You guys good?
Does that help? He was trying to give you an idea if you didn't have one.
Okay.
That's good. That is really good. We've done that exercise before. For me, since I'm in new construction, I would think like, okay, new construction. Okay, to build inventory home. Let's say build. And then they have questions about options. And then can they customize? And then we can like take it all the way down to where I can get to a topic. How to, or like, you want to build your dream home? I'm going to teach you how to customize to meet all of your, whatever your needs, give me a call, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm doing is I'm taking it down from just like general real estate topic, and I'm fine tuning it to get to some bit of content that I can make a headline or a video about. So I'm gonna I'm just kidding. So you guys have about another minute. Oh, it is. No, that's. Okay, yeah, that's all. All right, so while you guys are doing that, everyone doing good? And again, if you have a question, type in that chat, send it to that number. I am looking at it. So remember I told you there was 3 things that you can make content about, and one of them you're practicing now, which is the GAP method. The other one was numbered lists. Just so you guys know, a little cool fact. Numbered lists are the highest engaged content on social media. When you see those numbered list posts that are carousel, highest engaged content. So these are really good to do, okay? Specific content, communication outcome, takeaway delivery, and set expectations. So let me, sorry, I guess the clicker's not working. So numbered lists, definitely incorporate that. So here's some examples on numbered lists that you can make for your content. 3 ways to, 5 tips to, 10 of the biggest mistakes, 7 cost savers, 22 most effective, 14 cheapest, 5 most expensive. Think about how you can make that a headline or a topic, and then give valuable content. Again, we don't want fluff. People don't like that. We're hip to that, right? Like all of us. We want something like the best post that we hit that save button on, and I know we all have that folder in our Instagram where it's like we just save tons of random stuff. It's the post that we're like, man, that's good. That's really good. So don't just like create fluff. Really think like, what are the 3 best ways to think about a problem that you've solved for yourself or a problem that you had and then you went out and investigated. Really think about how to add value, okay? So it's not just fluff, but those are some examples to kind of get your mind working. But again, numbered list, number 1 most engaged content. Okay, these are the how-tos. Remember, that was on my list of content ideas, how to do more in less time, how to make more money on the sale of your home, how to stage your home prior to selling, how to get the best deal on a new home, how to save money on your mortgage, how to beat all other buyers in a bidding war, how to stay out of the bidding war, how to negotiate today's market. How-tos, 2nd most engaged content. People love how-to stuff. So again, think about some how-to, some questions, some objections, some things that people ask you all the time, and try to make content around that because people really love numbered lists and how-tos. Next. All right, mastermind. If you guys did not join the mastermind, there's your last chance. I'm about to hand the mic over to Ryan, so leave that up for a second. In the mastermind, I really want you guys to engage too. So please ask questions. I'm in there every single day, plus everybody is in there. We can all see the posts. Turn on notifications for it. But I really want this to be a group. Ryan and I have our own 2-person group that we just send texts back and forth because we read a lot of the same books. But this is fun, like to share stuff that you're interested in with other people that are also interested in the same thing, which is like growing our businesses. Maybe it's marketing, you know, all those things. So don't be shy about posting stuff in the group because we like that. Everybody get that? All right, next. And, this is really good. Okay. Because you haven't even learned the video training yet. I want everybody, I'm gonna bring this back up. I'm warning you of it now because I make the slides in early. At the end of this, that is a review QR code, and it's for video reviews because we're all about video. You guys are all gonna write us a video review. I mean, of course, if we do a bad job, don't leave one. I'm just kidding. But if we do a good job today, I want you to leave a review, and it's gonna be a video review, and you're gonna do a selfie, and you're gonna get over the fear of doing that because we're learning how to do video today. And this is also really cool a cool tool for you guys to learn about if you want to send that to your clients. So I use this with my clients, and it's really cool. So because video reviews connect more, they're better than a written review. So if you can start implementing that in your own business, I would highly suggest that. And we're going to ask you guys to do it at the end. So this is just kind of a little warning. And then we're going to give prizes away. I've got these cool Yeti Builder Collective cups. So we're going to do drawings for that for anyone that does leave a review. So you're going to see that again at the end, so you don't have to worry about doing it right now. But I'm going to give a little clue, a little preview of what's coming. Is that all? Is that the end of the point? All right, everybody, thank you so much. And here's Ryan. He's going to get to the nuts and bolts of the video making.
Thanks, Tara. Give it up to Tara. Okay, so once again, it is my opinion that the old way of doing business is kind of dying. The content that we're talking about right now is kind of what's going on right now, but where I see things going is in order for us to survive and beat out discount brokers and AI and all that stuff, is we need to build communities around ourselves. So that way we are the attractive character in the community. People look to us to help solve their problems. So Tara, I applaud Tara for doing what she's doing, helping you guys, building a community with the builder reps. And once again, we're parallel. We didn't know this at the time, but we're building parallel communities. So Agent Launch and the Builder Collective. So once again, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Okay, so how many of you guys know what Agent Launch is? I know I have some family members in the group. Okay, so once again, wake you guys back up. How many of you guys know what Agent Launch is? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, we're going to go vocal here. We're not raising hands. All right, so what Agent Launch is my my attempt to try to serve you guys at a deeper level. Now, I know that sounds very superficial, that's what you hear a lot of loan officers say, but the amount, and this is not creepy, but the amount of time I spend thinking about you guys and the problems that you have and what you're struggling with, it's probably bordering on that creepy level. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm giving you every opportunity to become the agent you wanted to be. So inside of Agent Launch, there's a couple different things here. I'm not selling you anything, I just want you to understand what we're doing. So the first thing is the challenge. How many of you guys, vocal, have been through the challenge already?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, how many of you guys have joined Project Gravity, which is the mastermind after? No. No, that's okay. All right. So inside of Project Gravity, we also have a mastermind where we meet once a quarter where we're talking about kind of advanced level marketing ideas. So 2 quarters ago, we talked about Alex Mosey's book, $100 Million Offers. This last time we talked about landing pages, and Cody was kind enough to join us there. This next time we're going to talk about Alex's new book, $100 Million Lead Strategies. So if you guys want to get access to, maybe you're in the mastermind, I'll be here in the mastermind as well. Yeah, good. And then kind of the super secret project I'm working on right now that no one really knows about is Next 12. So I'm going to make an ask at the end, but I want to earn the ability to ask you guys. Is that cool? Vocal?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, thank you. All right, so one of the other things that we're working on, and we actually just eclipsed the anniversary for this, is we ran a live event over at Goosehead, and we're going to be doing this again. So we're going to quadruple the amount of agents that were in the room. Once again, I want to make sure that I'm serving you a high level, and we're going to start releasing information and dripping information using Alex's new book to help promote the event. So why am I doing this? So how many of you guys know how I get paid? Yes or no? Okay. Do you know what my job title is? Yes, I'm a mortgage officer. That's right. So that's actually how I feed my family: 2 daughters, wife, Great Dane, and a cat. Admittedly, I have a cat. So that's really how I get paid, but that's not why I'm doing this. Because once again, because of Alex Mosey's book and my other coach, Neil Dingra, I was able to identify that there is a need in the market. So everything that I'm doing with Agent Launch is built upon the feedback that I'm getting from you on the things that you guys are struggling with. So I'm not doing this self-serving, I'm doing this to help you guys become the agents that you wanted to be. So in your breakthrough, and actually this is what kind of launched it all, is your breakthrough to who you wanted to become when you first got in the industry is a lot closer than you think. So you're only like 1 or 2 decisions away, 1 or 2 videos away from that breakthrough that changes everything. So how many of you guys feel that right now? Like you're this close?
Yes.
So what I want you to do is humor me. And once again, your purses, your wallets, everything's gonna be safe when you open your eyes. But close your eyes for a second, everyone, humor me. And I want you to think back to the voice that you hear inside. That voice, you're holding it back. It's held behind a glass wall. And it's screaming to get out, but you're not letting it. That wall is made of your insecurities, your fear, and lack of doing the work. So what I want you to do is going forward, is I want you to break that wall and let that person that's screaming to get out, let them out. Because you are doing yourself a disservice, the people that are relying on you, and you're doing your clients a disservice as well. All right, so go ahead and open your eyes. Thank you guys. Once again, check your tables, make sure everything's still there. All right, so a little bit of background to kind of let you guys know how this all started for me. So once again, I've been in business for 18 years. I started in 2005, went through 2008, got laid off. I worked for Dominion, which doesn't matter anymore, but a couple of my family members from Dominion, hi, miss you guys, but went to Chase and came over to the broker side around 2011. Come on in. So, you guys are all familiar with the cyclical cycle in a normal balanced market. So, market kind of picks up in July or March, and it kind of tapers off right around September, November, right? So, my wife and I, some of you guys know the story already, but my wife and I were sitting on the couch around Thanksgiving, and I was expressing my frustration with her that I have a high drive to work, and unfortunately, my perception was that agents were lazy and not working all the way through the holidays. So from basically my perception was November through March, you guys took the time off. So I didn't realize that you guys had a lot less control than what I thought you did. So that being said, my wife ran a marketing department for like 10 years, and what she told me, what she challenged me to do, she said, quit being a little bitch about it. You create a mousetrap that you can constantly get leads yourself. You don't have to rely on agents anymore. And if you get good enough at it, you can then pass the leads out. And honestly, that's kind of the holy grail for lenders. If you guys need us, not the other way around. So what I did is I took up that challenge, and a lot of the marketing stuff that I know now was from this period. So I went on a holy tirade to try to learn as much as I could about Facebook and social media marketing. So running ads, those kind of things. And I let this go on for like 2 years. Guess how much money I made from it? Zero. Guess how many relationships I let wither during that time? All of them. So what you guys don't know is while you guys were making money around the 2016, 2017, I was going broke. Because I was letting my pride and my ego get in the way of what actually mattered to make money for my family. And honestly, I was breaking the promise that I made to my wife when I started doing this, that I was going to take care of her, take care of our family. Those kind of, I didn't have the cat at that point. So, yeah. Thank you for the laugh. That makes me feel better. Okay. So knowing the pressure of our family is running out of money, I'm a single income, 100% commission, and I'm not doing the things that I said I needed to do. I was in my office, and my wife calls me, and she's hysterical. And I took it like 5 minutes for me to get her to calm down. But she knew our financial situation was not good at that point. So with that, when I finally got her to calm down, she says, "I've got a letter in the mail." You guys want to guess where I got the letter from? What was that? IRS. So my accountant the year before was getting ready to retire and phoned in doing my tax returns the year prior. Well, lucky me, I got an audit, and they said that we owed the IRS $25,000. And how much money did we have at that time?
Probably not.
No, I had maybe $1,000 in the bank. So she called me freaking out. I finally got her to calm down, but it was at that point to where that God took me to that point where he needed to break my pride and get me to revert course. So I tell you guys that to kind of give you guys the context of what happens next. So with the video stuff, I know it's a nice to have for a lot of agents, or I should be doing this, but it is one of the things that helped pull me out of probably one of the lowest points of my life and opened doors and got me back to making money again to where I can provide for my family. And now at this point, you guys, a lot of you guys are in the room because of video, either from what Tara's done, or what I've done, or what you're wanting to try to do. So video has way more power in it than what you think it does. It's not just a tool. It's not just a pencil. It's not just a laptop. It's people's lives. So have you guys heard this before? And I can't remember where I picked this up from, but like when the Coast Guard is flying over to a ship that's sinking, and there's way more people to save than seats on the helicopter. Do you know how they determine who they swim to first, who they rescue first?
Is it the closest?
No. It's the people that are actively swimming towards the helicopter. If you are trying to save your own life, we are going to save you first. So the reason I bring this up is because you have clients. How many of you guys agree that right now, as a country, as a state, as an industry, there's a lot of pain right now? Let me hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goes for people in the industry, myself, other loan officers, real estate agents, title. There's a lot of pain that's happening right now. There's also a lot of pain happening for your clients as well. So I want to challenge you that if you are not creating content that solves problems for people, you are being selfish. You are being selfish because you don't know what one video, even if it gets 5 views, you don't know what one video changes everything for somebody. I told you I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Calling your ass to the carpet right now. Why aren't you putting out more content? Not content that serves you, but content that serves your people. Because once again, if we are going to grow a community, you need to be the leader. You need to be the attractive character. You need to be that beacon of hope on the horizon. People need that right now. So there was one video, so during COVID, there was one video that kind of shattered my expectations for social media marketing. And he's now my coach, but do you guys want to see the video?
Yes.
Come on, vocal?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, so this is my coach. His name is Neil Dingra. If you don't know who he is, you need to, okay? So he is probably one of the most giving and kind-hearted people that I've ever met. So he's a loan officer in Reno, Nevada. Kind of dweeby, right? Right. So he was making the same amount of money that I was making when he made this video, just after he made this video. So the point that he talks about is the best known beats the best. Do you guys want to see the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it plays.
Best known beats best. You may be the best, but nobody knows about it. It's not gonna be a problem. I was doing about 10 or 15 transactions a month. When I started doing the content, my business results stayed the same for about 6 months. The last 6 months, I've been doing consistently 30 to 40 every month. And I've done nothing different. I'm the same person. I have the same product, service, and rates. The only thing I've done differently is put out content.
So I watched that video no less than 300 times at this point. And have you seen in the movies, and you guys have probably experienced this too, that like that moment where the character in the movie has a like incredible point of clarity, like where the world gets quiet, they kind of do that weird zoom in, zoom out thing. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That happened to me. So I put my kids to bed. This was during COVID, so I was sleeping on the couch because I was snore, and I was sitting there scrolling Instagram, and Neil came up. And it was one of those moments where it broke my expectation of what I needed to do, who I needed to serve, or who I needed to be. So this, if I had not watched this one video, if he decided to just say, fuck it, I'm not posting today, I don't feel like shooting content, I didn't get a shower, I didn't do my hair, my life would be completely different. My kids' lives would be completely different. My clients' lives would be completely different. So one video, it might seem inconsequential to you, but you have no idea how far the ripples will go. You might give someone the idea, and you might even not even do the sale, but they get into a house that pulls their family out of poverty. You guys already know the stats. You know what owning real estate can do for a family. So why aren't you doing more video? Why aren't you pushing yourself to get uncomfortable? So can I get a commitment from you guys that you're going to make yourself more uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, better than that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so once again, your breakthrough is a lot closer than what you think. You are just one decision, one video. You don't know what one video, who is going to watch that and kick the door open. So some of my best relationships right now came from one person watching the video, and then they referred me to another agent that helped propel my career. So once again, video is going to be the way that you can leverage your time for more exposure. Okay, now we already did that. So the people that go through agent launch, you already know this moniker. People need hope right now. And I want to make you guys honorary hope dealers. You need to be that beacon. You need to be that point of hope where you can tell people it's going to be okay. Just keep pushing a little bit harder. Maybe not your clients, maybe other agents. So once again, there's a lot of pain right now. So I want you guys to get out of your own way, stop being selfish, and actually start trying to help people. Now, how many of you guys see loan officers and agents post videos that are self-serving? How much is that going to help your client? Right. So post videos that serve, that don't help you get a commission check. Because you guys are smart enough. How many of you guys get calls from loan officers? What do they offer? Coffee, lunch? Okay, but I can tell you that some of the people that are buying and selling houses, they look at agents the same way. Because the one term that we always hear is it's the best time to buy or sell. Never changes. If there's a zombies running around outside, it's still the best time to buy or sell. But for people, what are they actually worried about right now? The general public, what are they worried about? And outside of real estate.
Compounding.
Okay. Aliens. The price of gas. Yeah, price of gas. Can I feed my kids? Am I gonna get laid off? Is there gonna be a laser in my backyard in 2 weeks? Whatever it is. So they're not worried about real estate. So when we as an industry get on and talk about it being the best time to buy or sell, what do they instantly do to you? You're discredited immediately. I haven't fed my kids in 2 days and you're telling me to buy a house. So your content needs to focus on helping people and solving their problems more than it does trying to get a commission check. And I promise you, a lot of what I've accomplished in the last year has only come from stop being selfish. Because I was being selfish before I watched that video. I was being selfish. I thought no one wanted to see what I had for lunch or what my kids were doing at the ballparks. That's what I thought social media was. Neil broke my belief behind that. And I'm hoping that the other people that are in the room that are doing video at a high level right now, they can do the same thing for you. Because if there's one, there can be two. If someone else is doing it, you can too. So, all right, so enough of the kumbaya stuff. All right. So Dare touched on this a little bit. So there's actually a book that I read here recently called Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. I highly recommend that you get it. So one of the powers of video is that you have the ability to be able to spend time with someone without spending time with them. So I want you guys to really write this down, tattoo it on your forehead, whatever you got to do. 7-11-4. 7-11-4. So 7 stands for 7 hours. 11 stands for 11 different touches, like Tara talked about earlier. And 4 stands for 4 different locations. So for someone to be willing to stand in line to want to work with you, like Tara mentioned, purses, cars, watches, iPhones, camera gear for me, how much time do you spend online researching something before you buy it? A lot. It's usually on average about 7 hours before you pull the trigger. And 11 is 11 different touch points with that business. So if it's a piece of camera gear, if it's a purse, you're going to the website 11 different times. You're seeing Facebook ads for it 11 different times. And 4 is 4 different locations. So if you can connect with your database to 4 different locations, and it doesn't need to be in person. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn, and it could be TikTok. So if you can hit all of these 7 hours, 11 touch points in 4 different locations with your content, you're gonna have people that are begging to do business with you. So how many of you guys are hitting this mark right now with your content marketing or with your database? So I got a scary stat to share with you. How many of you guys have read the Home Buyer and Sellers Report from NAR? Yeah. So 72% as an exit survey of 300,000 as the population sample, 300,000 buyers and sellers said that their agent did an amazing job and they would come back and do business with them again. 72%, and refer family and friends. Guess how many, as a percentage, actually came back? 10, 40. 40? Come on, shout it out. 10. 10? Price is right here. It's 14. 14 are coming back. So 86% of your past closed clients are going someplace else. Why does that happen?
Do they forget their name?
That,
They don't see enough to.
speak up.
Oh, sorry. I said agents only last for 2 years on average, so either their agent left the marketplace or their agent didn't do a good enough job staying in front of them.
How do you consider that? What you got?
What was it? I was
He's talking about agents leaving before the next transaction. So what is your guess of why customers don't come back?
because they don't hear from us.
Right. Because we're falling way short of this as an industry. So yeah, we are chasing that next transaction, but we're missing the opportunity to stay top of mind with the people who already bought from us. If they bought from us, they think that they like us, right?
Yes.
So why are you letting them go to a lesser agent? And you know how many agents they shop or interview before they pick? 3. One. So it's the first person that they come across when they decide to raise their hand. That's it. That's it. So do you think you're more qualified than that agent?
Yes.
So why are you losing still?
Because they don't know us.
They forget you. To your point, they forget you. Okay. So kind of getting into more to the technical stuff, the nerdy stuff, which is what I love. So there's 3 phases of doing videos. So there's pre-production, post-production, and then post-production. Shout it out. How many of you guys are stuck with pre-production? Which means before you start shooting.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What about production? Shout it out.
Yes.
Okay. So this is actually turning on the camera and shooting. Okay. What about post-production? Who's stuck? No one? Everyone's good? Okay, good. You guys are a bunch of pros. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. Now, caveat, so Tara had the amazing idea to not make this a lecture. So what I want to do is you guys still have the text message thread that Tara put up there, right? Right. So I want you guys to start firing questions, your video production questions, pre-production, production, and post-production to that text message thread, and then she's going to ask me those questions. So we can do this one of 2 ways. I can teach what I want to teach, or I can teach what you guys want to learn. Which one do you guys prefer?
What we want to learn.
Want to learn? Okay. So start firing those questions to Tara. I'm going to have those start filing in. Once you get like 3 or 4 of them, fire away. So I'm going to keep going until we got that point. Cool?
I got.
All right, cool. Fire.
How do I edit quicker?
Okay. Yeah, we're going to get to that. How many of you guys are stuck on the editing piece? Okay. Not all editors are created equal. You might go on Fiverr and you can find a $20 editor, you're gonna get a $20 video. But you can also find someone who charges $500 an hour that you still get a $20 video.
We also want to know more about captions, which we're also going to cover.
Yes.
We've got you guys. We are ready.
What else you got?
We've got, how do I find an editor? We're going to share that.
Yep.
Again, there is a lot at the end. He's going to go over a lot of stuff, but that's why I want you to be in those groups, my group and his group, because we're sharing a lot of contacts too. A lot of software. We're going to share the shopping cart list, like literally, like you guys are going to get everything. Okay? Low tech, high tech, impact setups. We're going to share that. Hashtags matter. Does background matter? Are you going to cover that?
Yeah, we can touch on that right now. Hashtags don't matter for shit.
Ryan, what is your group called?
Agent Launch. Yep. So if you go to agentlaunch.live, that's the website. You can log in, a whole bunch of things. But if you're not an active member of Agent Launch, you're going to be kind of locked out of some stuff. So you got to go through the challenge, like the rest of the group, to unlock all the goodies. What else you got?
Also, if you're in the regular Facebook group, I'm going to be promoting. I did Brian's challenge. I'm not an agent, but I work in real estate, and Brian, I love our concept. It's a great challenge. You guys should all do it. It's very, very informative. So I'll be sharing some of your Agent Launch stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Following trends, how do I edit quicker? Where can I find them? The trends. There's software, there's a website for that. Is that on our list? About how you can Google,
So who asked that question? Okay, what do you mean by trends?
Like with like captions and obviously like the content that you said, like 3 ways to buy a house or whatever.
Right.
Like popular music, popular subject, popular formats. I think it's like right now is it like 3 to 7 seconds that your video has to be until, like, you know what I'm saying, like as far as Instagram trends and whatnot.
So I can definitely touch on that when we get to the post-production. I want you to hold me accountable that I don't go by. Okay, thank you. So throw a rock at me, a shoe or something. Any other questions?
yeah, more candid videos or higher quality production.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that from a lot of masterminds and coaching programs that I've done, some of the biggest people with millions of followers will tell you that the candid selfie videos get more engagement than the ones that look fully, produced and edited and perfect. Like, people connect more with you for those raw videos. Honestly, that is what all of the experts say.
Do you guys know why that is?
Because it's real.
It doesn't look like a freaking ad. I mean, have you guys seen ads that are really like high and tight? They spend a lot of money on them. But you see more content that's more candid. That's what I was going to say, generic. Candid. And people want to talk to other people. That's why TikTok does so well, is the videos where someone has their collar up or they have their hair up in a towel wrap, or they just got out of the car and they vomiting on. That's why those videos do so well, is because they're relatable. Like the videos that I do, sometimes are not that relatable because I spend a lot of time and effort making them look clean. So, does that answer? I don't know who asked that question, but does that answer the question? Okay, so one of the things that I can tell you is you gotta experiment. So we already touched on this a little bit, is picking topics. So if you go through the challenge, you guys get access to this, but I wanted to show you at least a screenshot. So once again, how many different sides of real estate are there? Two. Okay, which one do you guys want to focus on? Actually, we did buy side last time, let's do sell side this time. So sell side is the main topic. What is a subtopic of sell side?
It's not a good time to sell.
What was that?
It's not a good time to sell.
Not a good time to sell, so timing. Okay, so what's the subtopic of that?
Interest rates.
Interest rates, okay, so that's 2 videos right there. Give me a subtopic of interest rates.
Refinancing.
Okay, that's a good one. So here's a hook, we talked about hooks a little bit earlier. How to buy your next house without selling your current house. That's a video. So you can take the buy side, sell side, and just do subtopic, subtopic, subtopic. But the one thing that I want to caveat you is, would my grandmother, 90 years old, who's getting ready to sell her final house for the last time, does she have the same needs, wants, desires? Is she fearful of the same things as someone who is selling their house for the first time?
No.
No. Why?
She didn't have the money.
She's not buying it.
Right. So they have different needs, different worries, they're different people. So when you say that you want to go, how many of you guys want to go after sellers?
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay. How many of you guys, okay, so everyone either wants to go after sellers or first-time home buyers. We've heard that a million times, right? So how many different types of first-time home buyers are there? There's not just one. There's like 30. Pick one. Give me an example of a nuanced first-time home buyer.
VA.
VA. What's another one?
Young couple.
Young couple. What's another one?
Poor
Don't be shy. Poor credit score. What's another one? What was that?
First time buyer wants to invest.
Okay, good. So,
Someone that just has access to their life inheritance.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, can I be one of their kids? So,
Ryan?
Yes.
Just a little note, especially with the done. If you could repeat a question back, like if someone yells, like they can't, it's hard to hear the question that other people are asking, so maybe we should
I can do that. Yeah, okay. So the point being is all of our clients are not those general buckets. We're not just going after buyers, we're not going after sellers. We're not just gonna go after first-time home buyers. I mean, is there any monitors here in the room from the Fed or the board or anything like that?
We didn't let them in.
No? Okay, so, and once again, we're gonna edit this out of the video later, buddy. And by the way, this is Hunter. He is on my team. He is the delivery officer on our team. He has gotten us from 24 days clear to close on our average down to 8 days year to date. That's just not 1 5. That's like all of our entire year. I'm like your big brother. No, but so long story short, my ideal client. So taking off fair housing. So my ideal client is an upwardly mobile family, 2 kids under junior high or under high school, excuse me. 1 to 2 income, doesn't matter if they're gay or straight, it needs to be a 2-parent home. And the things that they're worrying about is because they're trying to do all these things for their kids, they're trying to get them in all these activities, and they are stressed out the wazoo. Okay? How many of you guys can relate to that if you've had kids?
Yes.
Okay? You're trying to be a good parent, you're trying to bring income in, you're trying to do all these things, but that's what's causing them to lose sleep. So me as a loan officer, if I am causing them to spend more time on getting a loan, what does that do for their perception of me?
You're not good.
If I made your life harder as an agent, as a loan officer, are you gonna use me again?
No.
No. Okay? So the 2 things that are the triggers for my ideal client is don't waste my time and don't create more stress because I don't have any more room for stress in my life. So everything that Hunter and I have built on our loan side is based upon one ideal client. So as such, when we make more money, our files fly through, and our clients are happier. So that's what I mean, is you need to really dial in on who your ideal client is. Now, first-time home buyers isn't good enough anymore. You need to pick and learn everything you can about them. So sidebar, Lingo by Jeffrey Shaw is the first book you should read when you want to try to figure out your ideal client. Lingo, L-I-N-G-O, Jeffrey Shaw. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys have this objection. I don't know how to make a 30-second video or get all the content in my head into a 30-second video. You guys go to sleep?
That was my biggest struggle.
Okay.
Because all I could talk.
Thank you, Danny, for participating. Gold star. Okay, so there's a way to break that. All right, so there's only 4 sentences on any topic that you talk about that need to be in your video. 4. They are, Tara touched on this one, hook, problem, solution, and visualization. 4 sentences. Doesn't matter what the topic is, PMI, remedy, earnest money, your grandma just died, what do you do? 4 sentences. So you don't need, this is the mistake that I made for like an entire year. I tried to take everything I knew about a topic and squeeze it in. The videos were always 2 minutes, or you guys don't watch a 2-minute video. Neither of you. So when you're going through and trying to create a video, you only need 4 things. 4 things. Okay, so here's so for the hook, here are hook scenes, hook examples. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Yeah. Or maybe. Ten seconds. Okay. Not to mention, so you missed this part, but if you guys leave us a video review, I will send you the slides. So you can take pictures, but I'll also send you the slides, the shopping carts, all that stuff. Cool.
Those are called bonuses. And they work to get people to take action, so you should also be using those.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 hook examples. So one of them was a former coach of mine, and another one, I don't know where this guy is or who he is, but I'm going to make fun of him. Sorry. But I want you guys to, I'm going to play the hook of this first video a couple times. Really pay attention to what he says and how he says it. And then we're going to show you an example of what not to do on the first one. Ready? Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want people to respond to your DMs, stop making this one horrible mistake. If you want people to respond to your DMs, stop making this one horrible mistake. If you want people to respond to your DMs, stop making this one horrible mistake.
Someone tell me what he did right.
Creating the unknown. Basically creating the unknown when you want to know what he's going to say.
Great, go.
Yeah, it was great. Good. Yeah. Okay. So, how many times did he use
They
the
can't
word?
hear the question. Can you repeat what he said? What they say?
Uh,
Yeah, they can't. They can't. What did you say? What was the answer?
Oh, I just said they're creating, you want to know, you're engaged, you want to know what he's about to say.
Yeah.
So creating the
Okay. Draw it in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing he didn't do is how many times did he use the words I, me, or my in the video? Or what about, hey guys, just popping on me, or happy Tuesday. What's up, fellas? Those kind of things. Now raise your hand if you've done a video like that.
Oh, yeah. So my
Me too. Okay, so I'm going to show you what not to do. And as soon as you want to scroll away from this video, I want you to raise your hand. Ready? You got this? You going to capture this? Yeah.
I already know. Video.
We started.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, but this is. It looks boring. Yes. You're just like, yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Hands ready?
Action.
Okay.
Is Ben Johnston and wanting to do a product
Keep going.
So we have a new investor loan for people that either own rental properties currently or people that would like to buy rental properties. And essentially how it works.
Yeah, you guys, some of you guys are really patient. Good for you. Good for you.
The video didn't start.
It didn't start for you?
No,
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is. Right. So, what can someone tell me about? So, I haven't heard from this side of the room yet. So, what can someone tell me that you would fix from this video?
What was hand gestures?
Huh? Okay. So,
His hand gestures.
what was he doing about that?
I don't know.
Too many? Okay.
I would fix the quality of the video.
What does that mean? Sound.
Sound is bad.
It's too far. What's your favorite? Yeah.
Shooting in the hallway.
Shooting in a hallway. Okay. So one of the things you saw the black bars on the video. Your video is dead on arrival because all the platforms want full screen. So if you're taking a horizontally shot video, putting it on a vertical format, I don't care if you have captions or doodads or whatever about the video. They want the whole video to take up the whole screen. So you got to know which kind of platform you're going to be posting it on before you shoot the video. Capiche? My daughter said, is that a real thing?
Okay. Is she a marching band?
She's in dance. She might be a marching band someday. Don't tell my wife.
Oh, I guess we got that on video.
All right, moving on. All right, so what we're going to talk about is the script format. So, hook. We already talked about hook. So this is an example video, and I'm going to ask a brave soul to get up and read the video, or read the script here in a second. So hook. Here's the biggest mistake home buyers make. Okay? Problem. Waiting to get pre-approved until they find the home they want. Solution. Oh, here's go. When this happens, they scramble to get a pre-approval letter, and usually the house is gone by then. No problem, right? Good. I have one like that right now. Get your home loan buttoned up before you go look at homes. Dude, can you imagine if someone else bought your home just because you did things out of order? 4 sentences. Everything else that you want to talk about, where does it go? Captions, descriptions. That's the mistake that I was making, is I was taking a 2-minute video and trying to squeeze it in 30 seconds. It was always 2 minutes. I wanted to dump everything that I knew. My clients didn't want to know everything they wanted to do. They wanted to know how to fix the problem. So anything else, and you can use ChatGPT to help with this. How many of you guys want to see me use ChatGPT later?
Who here uses ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
How many of you guys are frustrated with it? Can't get it to do what you want. I'm going to show you how to get it to spit fire. Cool? Yeah. Okay. So who wants to be the brave soul to read the script aloud in front of the class? All right. So stand up, sir.
All right.
And you're going to get critiqued afterwards.
Okay. Where's the script?
Right here.
Okay. Okay, the hook. Here's the biggest mistake home buyers make. Problem. Waiting to get pre-approved until they find the home they want. When this happens, they scramble to get a pre-approval letter, and usually the house is gone by then. Solution. Get your home loan buttoned up before you go look at homes. Visualization. Can you imagine if someone else bought your home because you did things out of order?
Thank you, brother. All right, so besides having your hand in your pocket, standing here like Ben Johnson did, what can anyone give as far as a soft critique? Because once again, Drew's walking into this world. Go ahead, Nat.
Just don't say the problem solution visualization.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he didn't
Besides
set him up properly.
Nitpicking like my daughter.
Some emotion with it.
Right.
Something that I struggle with all the time is just my tone.
Okay. What does that mean?
Pretty flat when I do videos.
Okay.
Sort of mixing up the function voice. Be more excited or asking, ending a sentence like you're asking a question or excitement.
Admittedly, I thought I was just reading it. I didn't know I was supposed to. Can I get a redo?
I'll give you a hug later. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so with that, so that is really one of the hardest things to get done. So just like the camera adds 10 pounds or speaking in front of 50 people adds 30 pounds, sorry. It also takes away about 10% of your emotion. How many of you guys have shot videos?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How many of you guys watched it back and fuck, that was boring? Right. I'm guilty of that still. So do you know how you fix that? You have to act a little bit. You have to actually overdo it. And the code card update, I love that. And that's a great example. If you don't know Cody, raise your hand, Cody.
I'm Cody.
Probably one of my favorite agents to watch on social media. So, that being said, you need to dump as much emphasis, attitude, whatever you want to call it, be weird. Because I can promise you, when someone's watching the video and you've done it in a weird way, they will watch to the end because they are attracted to you. So trust me, I feel really weird when I'm in my studio by myself, throwing my hands around. Okay. So who are you creating content for? We're going to go through this pretty quickly. So you're creating content for strangers, not followers. You're not, if someone's following you already, you are no longer trying to engage with them with your expensive content, like creating videos. Because the whole goal of this is to try to attract strangers to your business. You already have them as a follower. Why would you want to try to attract more followers? You're trying to get strangers' attention. Okay? 5th grade level, keep it simple and light. Once again, everything that's heavy goes in the captions. Don't go heavy on details. Okay. I don't know what platforms are best. Who has this problem? You do?
Yes. Because I get overwhelmed with all the different platforms, and I try to look at other content creators and evaluate if they're using TikTok, Instagram, Facebook all at once, and how to not get overwhelmed with where to post your stuff and should you use every single one.
How many of you guys feel the same way?
Pick four places.
Yeah, I mean, to the oversubscribed, yeah, you're right. So there's an easy hack. Where are your ideal clients already living?
Facebook, Instagram.
So are you going after my parents? Are you going after Gen Z? Who are you going after? Because if I'm going after people who are downsizing, I'm not going to be on TikTok. If I'm going after C-suite executives, my ass better be on LinkedIn or on Twitter. So you need to understand who you want to serve first and then go where they are. Because they already exist. It's not like bippity boppity, you're going to create these people out of thin air. They already exist. You're just joining the conversation. Does that help?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So content hack, don't create videos inside of one platform. Create them outside of all of them, and then spend 5 minutes in the morning uploading them to all of them. Because if you're creating, you take an hour to create a video inside of Instagram, then you're gonna have to go do the same thing in TikTok, and the same thing in YouTube. So create all of your content outside of the platforms and upload it where it needs to go.
We want vertical on 3 to 4.
Depends upon who your ideal client is. So my grandmother is probably not watching Reels on Facebook. She's probably just scrolling through the feed. So maybe a horizontal video, maybe pictures. So you can answer those questions once you figure out who your ideal client is and what they're watching. Okay. I get stage fright when the camera's on. Who can relate? You guys want to sleep?
Yes.
So one of the ways that you can hack this, and once again, I kind of tethered over here.
Can everyone see him? Oh.
Did it show up on the screen?
Yeah.
Didn't look like it.
I feel
Your
like.
raccoon is a screensaver.
Raccoon, I like raccoons. Okay, so funny story about the raccoon thing is my wife and my 2 daughters were all given totems by their mother-in-law, excuse me. So my oldest daughter is Ladybug, and my youngest is Bird, and my wife's name, her name is Bear. Well, here my happy ass comes along, and I don't have anything. So during COVID, once again, I gained 30 pounds, sorry. My wife would hear me downstairs rummaging through the refrigerator. Raccoon. So it's done.
Was it late at night? Are you a late night snacker too?
Yeah.
Me too.
Absolutely. Okay, so there is one easy way to help yourself get over the fear of being on camera, is to give yourself a hack. So this app, write this down, is called Prompt Smart. Prompt Smart. How many of you guys are using this already? Show of hands. Woo! All right.
Oh my gosh.
So, how many of you guys want to shoot with your phone or an actual camera? Phone? Okay, camera? Okay, this works on both ways. So that's actually the camera that I shoot with over there on the other side of the screen. This is my phone, it works the same way. So this is a script that I have pre-written. It's actually the video that I dropped this morning. So the nice thing about Prompt Smart is it listens to you. How many of you guys have used a teleprompter before? And you have to usually try to speed read to keep up with it, right? This does the opposite, it keeps up with you.
It's the only teleprompter app that does that, by the way. So, like, I looked, there is not another one. That is voice activated. So, if you've never taken any broadcasting classes or never used a teleprompter, you set the speed like turtles to rabbit, and you have to keep up with the teleprompter. And if you mess up or you like slow down, it's going to keep going past you. This is going to listen to you. This is an amazing app.
And right now it's recording while we're doing this, so hang tight. So this one's called The American Dream is Dying. So quality real estate in this country is becoming limited. It's sad to say, but the American dream of everyone owning a home is actually dying for a large group of people. So you see when I stop talking, what does it stop doing?
It stops.
Okay. That's because home prices in many markets have become out of reach and interest rates have continued to elevate. Okay? Is this helpful?
Yes.
They were engaged on that one.
Definitely down that one.
Okay. It
It's
is not
$29
free.
a year.
It's, yeah, $30 for the
For the
entire
pro,
year.
yeah, it's not expensive.
How many of you guys have spent way too much time trying to get a video done perfectly in one go? Like trying to go top to bottom in one go? What's your feeling at the end of trying to do those videos?
Shaky. I have 30 seconds.
I hate it. Right, so you can see that here, we recorded, and what happened to all the words?
They're gone.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. So, PropSmart, $30. So yes, it is a paid ad, you have to pay it annually, but how much time, how many of you guys know your hourly rate? We're gonna talk about that later. Okay.
So Ryan, I do wanna, just real quick, guys, I wanna be respectful of your time. It's already 11:41, and I want to have us make sure that we cover all of those important things.
Okay.
So are you guys gonna be, okay if we're over a couple of minutes, or is everyone need to be out like right at noon? Because I wanna have Ryan really focus on the most important content. I know we have our VIPs, which are gonna be starting at like 12:30 anyways, but like if we went to like 12:15, 12:20, you're not a VIP, is everyone okay with that? Like, just show hands, everyone's good, and if you're not, you can step out and, but that's what I just wanted to bring a little attention to the time, Ryan, that's it.
Thank you, sis. Okay, so PropSmart, get it. Work, don't. But once again, you're going to end up liking yourself a lot better after you're done this. My old videos always look low quality. That's probably because of your lighting and the rule of thirds. So with the rule of thirds, how many of you guys know what the rule of thirds is?
Yes.
Okay, how many of you guys have the grid turned on your phone?
Yes.
I do not.
Okay. All right, you see the lines that are on my screen?
Yes.
That is the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is this line. I'm trying to do it backwards. This line right here is your eye line. Always goes here. Because you'll see videos where people shoot videos and they have this much space above their head. That's not good. And you'll see people that their videos are shot like this, right? Eye line always goes on the top line. Now you see the two vertical bars, the goalpost? Your eyes always go, the center of your eyes never crosses over on either side. So I can be right here, or right here. But the center of my eyes never crosses this way. The only exception is if you were shooting a podcast and you're repurposing the content afterwards. So you see people that are looking on camera, that's the only exception for breaking the rule of thirds. And until you start getting more into the creative side of things, don't break the rule of thirds. Does anyone know how to turn on the grid?
No.
Okay.
We needed like the beginning.
Android people, I'm sorry. Okay. So settings. Let's see my camera. Grid. You see it?
Yes.
Turn it on, live with it, love it. Okay, rule of thirds. Lighting. So the lighting in here is just garbage for shooting videos. Because a lot of it is overhead. So with me being kind of a Neanderthal, I have kind of a bigger forehead, brow. So I'm gonna always have the raccoon eyes, once again, living into my totem. So you want to have good lighting. So when you're shooting videos, kill the overheads. Kill the overheads, and then you have to have another source of light. So shooting outside today would be a good day because it's kind of overcast. It's gonna be soft light, you're not gonna be blown out. I highly suggest, if you are going to create a studio, create it in a room with no windows. Because the sun in Ohio can change within 5 minutes. It screws up your whole video. So shoot in a dark room, kill the overhead lights, and then buy a decent light. And once again, in the gear list, the shopping list, I've included a couple that will help. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Learn good lighting. Learn good lighting. Because that's the first thing that I learned, and honestly, it's my favorite thing to play with. Okay, exposure. Kind of going back to the phone. Not surprised that how many people don't know this. Okay. All right. So your phone will automatically adjust exposure for you. However, if the sun goes over and you're perfectly exposed, now you're not. So my suggestion is to lock your exposure. So tap on your face. You see the little sundial that came up on the side? You see the AE lock, it means auto exposure lock. Watch what happens when I pull it out on the side. Watch what happens when I pull up. So if I'm shooting in a dark room, I want to pull the sun up, let more light in. If I'm shooting outside, I want to make it a little bit darker because there's too much light going in. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Here you go.
Yes.
How'd you do the
How'd you get the
Double click on your face.
No, just tap and hold.
Tap and hold. Oh, okay, I got it.
Cool. My video sound awful. How many of you guys have this problem? Brad, you don't need to raise your hand, I already got you laid. Okay, so a lot of that has to do with the mics that you're using. So this is going to be your most expensive piece of gear besides actually having the phone in your pocket is your mics. So the mics that I use, the one that I'm using right now, is a Rode Wireless Go 2. Yes, they're great. So this pack is about $200 when you include the lapel mic as well. I highly, highly recommend getting a wireless microphone system. Now you can go up to the big boy version, big girl version, don't mean to exclude. You can spend $500 and then you can have two of these. So Tara has one, I have one, I don't know where she went. But right now we're both picking up audio and it's going to one receiver. So if you ever think you're going to be interviewing a client, another agent, whatever it is, or your team member, buy the double pack. Because I made that mistake, I bought the single, and like 6 weeks later, shit, I gotta buy another one. So buy the double pack if you think there's any chance that you're gonna interview anybody. Okay, so I know this is gonna be a little bit cringy, but hang with me, this drives the point home.
All right, let's play a little bit of a game here. Imagine you're shooting film or video, and you have a choice to make between really good video quality and really good audio quality. Which do you choose? You'd be surprised how many people actually choose really good video, and how this could probably be to their detriment. We're going to show you two examples. First, really good audio, but really terrible video. So you can see with really terrible video, how you can follow what I'm saying, how you can get into the story, despite the fact that the image has been degraded. Directors will use this creatively, like the Blair Witch Project, which is like an hour and a half of really terrible video. The audio is so good, you can follow the story. Things change drastically when we switch that around.
Suddenly, with really bad audio, it's hard to take.
Did you guys watch this video?
It's hard to take this video seriously. And to get through something like this in 5 minutes is not hard. This nightmare video of action cams and the content is really good at skydiver, you kind of forgive that for a second. But for an actual film content, you can't do this. It's terrible and it's unwatchable. And it's only unwatchable because the audio is terrible. So I'm seriously stop for benefit of all of us.
You can see how having good video and good audio is so super important. But if you had to choose, you shouldn't have to choose, but if you had to, maybe good audio is what you should choose.
Audio is probably going to be the thing that's going to be most frustrating. I shot 5 videos on Friday. Audio was garbage on all of them. So I know this shit and I still screw up. So give yourself the grace that you are going to screw up, that you're going to get better, and it's going to get easier. So now we're getting into the production. So I start creating videos until I have all the gear that I need. How many of you guys have this objection? Anybody? You guys are better than most. Okay, so you only need 3 things. Your phone, a tripod, and a microphone. That's it. That's all you need. And honestly, you can get a little Amazon one from Indonesia that costs $20. It'll do just as good. The people watching the video won't be able to tell the quality content versus the one that I recommended. With the one that I recommended, will last for years, so you buy it once. Okay. For the sake of time, trying to speed up over here. I don't know when I should post. How many of you guys have this problem? Bueller? When it's done? Okay. So when you are surfing, do you want to get behind the wave or in front of the wave? Front of the wave. Why?
Because the wave pushes you.
Right. Okay. So with most, show of hands, first thing that you do after you go pee in the morning, you touch your phone, check in on social media, right? Yeah. You think your clients are any different?
Okay.
No? So I posted a video at 6 o'clock this morning. So I had it done the night before, but I posted it at 6 o'clock this morning. It took me 5 minutes to upload it to every single platform. And I just let it ride the wave all day. So you need to go into your analytics. And this is an example of Instagram. So if you're going to Instagram, you go to Insights, Followers, you scroll all the way to the bottom. And the hack that no one told me for about a year is if you touch on the blue bars, it'll tell you the numbers of when people are actually engaging. So here, when would I want to get in front of the wave? Post my content. Right, exactly. So for me, sake of time, I don't want to stop my day in the middle of the day, so I just post it really early in the morning to be able to make sure that I'm ahead of the wave. If you guys need help finding this, for the sake of time, get with me afterwards. I don't know what to do with my videos after I shoot it. So this kind of comes into the editing side. So this video and this video are the same video. It's the one I edited last night before I got here. So this is a redo of the video that I screwed up on Friday because the audio was garbage. So the videos that you see me doing, you see other doing, that's finished product. So I'm going to show you the raw video, and then I'm going to show you the edited version. So my raw video looks no different than yours. It's boring, I'm sorry.
This one is the American Dream dying. Quality real estate in this country is becoming incredibly limited. It's sad to say, but the American dream of everyone owning a home, it's really sad to say, but the American dream of everyone owning a home is actually dying for a large group of people. And that's really because home prices in many markets have become so out of reach and interest rates have continued to elevate. So we're getting into a situation where with real estate where it's going to be the haves and the have-nots. We're getting into a situation with real estate where it's going to be the haves and the have-nots. So what can you do about it? If you do not own real estate, you must figure out how to get your slice of the pie as soon as possible. You can do this by finding creative deals and getting creative with the financing. There are still ways in today's market to get a good deal. You have to look a little bit deeper and work with the right people. You have to look a little bit deeper and work with the right people.
What did you guys learn?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm a hot mess too. Okay, so did I read through the whole script at one time and then try to go back all the way to the top? What'd I do? I nailed that one line until I got it right. Okay. How much spacing between my sentences were there? A lot. Okay. So I'm going to show you the finished piece. Now once again, I'm kind of when it comes to light edits. So I spend probably about an hour, but once again, this is what I enjoy doing.
Quality real estate in this country is becoming incredibly limited. It's really sad to say, but the American dream of everyone owning a home is actually dying from a large group of people. And that's really because home prices in many markets have become so out of reach and interest rates have continued to elevate. We're getting into a situation with real estate where it's going to be the haves and the have-nots. So what can you do about it? If you do not own real estate, you must figure out how to get your slice of the pie as soon as possible. You can do this by finding creative deals and getting creative with the financing. There are still ways in today's market to get a good deal. You have to look a little bit deeper and work with the right people.
Feels like a different video, right?
Yeah.
So your videos are going to start out like this. And then once you put in enough time and effort or hire the right people, they will look like this. And honestly, does everyone know their dollar per hour? I know I asked you that before. Do you know how to figure out your dollar per hour? If you don't, show hands who doesn't know their dollar per hour. Okay, so you take your annual GCI and do it right now on your phone, if you don't know it right now. This is important. You take your annual GCI and divide it by 2,002. That's approximately how many hours there are, working hours, in a year. And that's your hourly rate. So if a video editor is going to cost $79 an hour and you're making $40 an hour on your GCI or your hourly rate, what should you do? Right. Now if your GCI is $175 an hour and the video editor is $79, what should you do? You better hire that baby out. Right. So your hourly rate is kind of that driver on if I should do it myself or if I should pay someone else to do it. So once again, you hire a $20 editor, you're gonna get a $20 video. Okay, so what editing software do you recommend? All right, so I'm gonna actually show you, so rather than that you guys get a balance, but, so what I'm gonna do is actually edit the live video here in a little bit. You guys will we do that here in a sec?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the editing software I recommend too. I really recommend that you do it on your desktop, but if you have to do it on your phone, there's CapCut, which edits your video and also adds captions. Does anyone else have any mobile editing apps that they recommend? CapCut. CAPCUT. This is mobile specific. CapCut. Okay.
So there's also some of this stuff that if you're like a Mac user or PC, honestly.
You Mac people.
I know. Okay, so the app is going to tell you to use, which on your desktop, Descript, which is amazing.
Yep.
It's not, it's figure outable. Okay, that's what I would tell you. Because I feel like I'm pretty techie, but I'm not a genius, and I shouldn't work at Geek Squad, but it took me a little bit of time. It's not like as intuitive as like an easy iPhone to use, okay? It's gonna take a little bit of time. So, and it's desktop only. So you can't use your iPhone to edit your videos. If you're gonna use your phone to shoot, you just not wanna do something else live. So yes, CapCut, YouCam is also a good one, especially for girls who like filters. And Captions is another one that is actually pretty good, just called Captions. So those are 3 iPhone ones if you're just gonna kind of stick to iPhone, but this is amazing for desktop language.
So the reason I like desktop more than mobile is because when you're trying to edit video, I mean, you're trying to slide your finger just so slightly and it goes like 30 seconds the wrong way. So you have a lot more precision with the mouse than you do with your finger on mobile, bless you. So how many of you guys here, let me hear you vocally, can use Microsoft Word?
I can.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Then you can use Descript. Because the way the editing softwares used to be, where they still are, but you would upload your video and then you would have to edit and then you would send it to a different app to do the transcription. So Descript is a word processor first that has video editing built in. Back at me, get through the rest of this, and then we'll do the edit thing. All right, so if you're looking, you saw the videos of people raking their hands or walking through houses, free resource. This is the one that I use, Pexels. So you have 2 different types of footage in a video. You have A-roll. A-roll is you talking. B-roll is clip art. It is GIFs. It is this kind of stuff. Pexels. I don't even have an account with them. I don't even join. I just go in, download the videos I want. It's free. It's good quality too. Pexels. Okay. I don't know if I can afford someone to edit my videos. Once again, this is the hourly rate thing. If you know your hourly rate, you can make a better determination if you are going to have someone do it or you need to do it yourself. Now, if I can give you any sort of feedback, I had a videographer on my team, paid him $30,000 a year, and then he got lazy. Didn't want to progress, didn't want to try to do more and get his skill set improved to help our videos. So all my videos, you can go back on my Instagram, and it's miracle.one on Instagram. If you go back and watch some of my older videos, you can see exactly the departure from when I let him go to the videos that he was doing. All are the same. So if you are reliant on a video editor and he decides to go to Tahiti and never come back, or God forbid he passes away, or he just becomes unreliable, or she, you don't discriminate, then you are shit out of luck. Then you don't have videos for like 3 months while you're trying to find another editor. Thanks guys for coming. Yep. So you need to learn the basics so that way your videos can still continue to go out while you're looking for someone new. So by learning the basics, once again, it's going to help protect you against any drops in employment. Okay, so one of the things that we do in Agent Launch is we try to provide solutions to you, not just training. So I've been looking for a long time for a good editor. How many of you guys recognize who this is? I know, Brad does. His name is Todd Collins. I really recommend that you go follow his stuff. His stuff is really good. So he and I negotiated pricing to where he will edit 5 of your videos for $300. 500 for 3. So you divide those numbers, that's $79 a video. That's where I came up with that earlier.
Hey guys, Todd Collins here from B Media. Very excited to be partnering with Agent Launch to make sure that you guys have proper video editing services at the touch of a button. 48-hour worst case turnaround times, Proper spelling, no more fiber stuff, no more going back and forth. You guys get one revision each. It's very, very simple, very easy. We've got very affordable packages all the way up to YouTube videos, long form, shorter form, 5 videos at a time. Whatever you guys need, we've got it for you. Agent Launch 2023. This is where it begins for your video editing.
So if you guys want an introduction, Todd, send me an email, and it's miracle@ruoff.com, or you can DM me on Instagram. So I'll make an intro to you, because once again, it's not pricing that you can get outside of Agent Launch. Let me see here. I don't know what I'm looking for in a video editor. So Kristen and I were having a conversation about this before the event started. So present company excluded. We have a nice creator economy here in town. But the one thing that I find a little bit more difficult is not one editor can do all different types of videos. You're going to see video editors who can do really good jobs with listing videos, with talking heads, which content like this, but I haven't found one that can do all of it. So you need to figure out who your ideal client is, figure out what kind of content you're going to create, where it's going to go, and then you can kind of figure out what editor you need from there. And if you need help, once again, I'm kind of tied in with a lot of the creators. Let me know and I'll be happy to get you an intro. So do you think I have asked a favor? I earned the right to ask a favor?
Yes.
Okay. And it sounds very convincing.
Yes, you have.
All right, we're done. Get out of here. Okay. So I actually have something really big cooking. Besides the live event, I'm actually creating something that's going to help agents get to the next 12 deals. So if you or you know an agent that is struggling financially or emotionally, I want to have a conversation. This is not a sales pitch. I'm in the research process right now where I'm needing to find out what is going on inside of your head so I can help create something that's actually going to help solve your problem. So I paid a lot of money for a coach. I need to do 50 one-on-one chats. It's confidential, but I'm taking your information and helping create a better product so I can serve you at a deeper level. So if you are interested or you know someone who would be a good fit, scan. I would love to help you guys as much as I can. And then they get the product for free after we're done. It's through beta. Okay, so open mic.
Any questions? I know that more people probably have to leave, but any questions real quick that maybe we didn't get to in the chat? Anything else? You can still, that text number is open all the time. So you can always, even after you leave here.
There's a couple seed topics, so feel free to.
You can always text that. I think we got teleprompter and we answered that. The length of the video, does that matter, Ryan?
Length of the videos that perform the best, and with the research my coach has done and what I've seen personally is 37 seconds or under. So try to get under 37 seconds and your video will perform better.
Okay. And for really shy, awkward people on video, would a voice over video be as effective? So it's better than a picture.
If you broke your nose, then maybe.
Yeah.
But okay, so does your ideal client give a shit about your logo?
No.
Do they give a shit about your brokerage?
No.
What do they want?
To see you. Know about you.
So what's the answer?
Your face.
Your face.
Which is why we take the back of my review page. We're gonna make our first video. Yay!
Okay.
So I want to go back. We're gonna go back to the review QR code. We're gonna do a live. If you guys thought that Ryan and I offered any values today, and you guys learned anything about video today, we would love to ask you guys to leave a video review and also kind of help you practice on making your first off-the-cuff selfie video.
Was it helpful?
Was it helpful?
Yes.
Does everyone feel like you learned something? So, also remember, if you make the live video review for us, we are going to enter you into a drawing to win prizes. And so, like the Yeti Cup, and Ryan's going to throw in some goodies, and we're going to have some things. We're going to draw 3 winners. But anybody that leaves a video review is going to get the full recording, all the slides, and the shopping cart list of everything that he talked about. So if you make notes, that's great. If you took pictures, that's great. But if you guys do leave us a review, we really appreciate it. So we're going to send all that out to us. And so we would love if you guys would do that. But anything else last minute before we put that back up? There's the QR code. to do that, and it's just a little app, you just put your name in, and also, it's a cool thing, try it out, so I really think you should be using this for your business. Builder reps, all of you guys should. Because when you send this to people, to a customer, they can do it, look, we're doing it out in front of each other. I don't care if you guys are doing it right for your neighbor, we're all talking, that's good, we like the activity. But a customer can do it in their car, and they can send this to you, and then obviously with their permission, you can use that, and that's very powerful, very powerful.
Thank you. I really appreciate you putting all this together. This is, once again, a lot of the community building that we need, that we're starving for, so thank you. Applause for Tara. Okay, so how many of you guys signed up for the VIP shoot afterwards?
I think there's 9 or 10.
3, 4? Okay.
There's supposed to be 10.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do that afterwards. Is it okay if we show a little bit of an edit first, a live edit, video
You guys
edit?
want to see the UC script real quick for 2 minutes?
Tease you enough. All right.
Like I said, he makes these scripts sound very easy, and it is, but it's, you gotta play around with it, so don't be discouraged the first time that you're like, okay, I'm trying to delete a word and it's not deleting, like, it took me like 2 days, honestly, like not the whole 2 days, but like I went to it and I was like, okay, I gotta come back. But it is easy,